So those are our new members. It's always nice to see the logos, because that is your identity, corporate identity. So you have Metropolitan, HealthX, Vierberg, I think, medical. I need to be. Then there's, how do you pronounce? Manion Daniels, yes, Manion Daniels. Then there's Integral. Then there is the Kenya Association of Opticians. And then there's Kenya Women and Children's Welfare Center. And then there's Chemi Labs. I think we saw those who are present here today. In terms of advocacy, Chair, you'll allow me to take this one for you. Yeah, so we've actually, like the Chair said, we've been overly engaged over the last, and I think NHIF has taken a lot of energy, but thanks to a lot of you who came in to step in and represent KHF. In fact, as we are sitting here, there's a lot on the other side, led by Dr. Walter Obita, who is the director of KHF, who are actually, so we have, I think we have someone from Penda, Mauro. Then we have Dr. Gitao, she's also in that team. We have someone from the Secretariat, Nelly. So really, and tomorrow there's something else happening. And today there are 2 sessions, one in KICC, one at the NHIF boardroom. And tomorrow is another one, half day. If we don't engage, my friends, you know what happens. And it has happened before. But you know what is at risk in this time. But I can guarantee you there's also a silent technical working group that is working out the nitty-gritties. But more important that we are prepared in all fronts, but let's see what comes out. The best we can do is to really stay engaged, yeah? So KEMSA, led by the director responsible for supply chain, Vinod, we had a meeting in January with the KEMSA acting CEO, Mr. Kabuchi, and issues, and also present was Universal. So some of the issues that raised here also are raised there, but I think the issues that were presented by Mr. Palu for Universal Corporation are very strategic, and that's something also we need to take up as a supply chain and take it further, especially on the tax zero rating for raw materials in favor of and the other levies, yeah? Then UHC National Scale-Up and Health Workforce Conference. We were very well represented by all our members. The official representative was Dr. Sitonik, who is the chair of the Human Resources for Health Committee, and she did give us a very strong report, but I want to thank each and every one of you that participated. At least KHF's presence was felt and appreciated. And also, we also attended the UHC National Scale-Up, last-minute invitation, but sometimes sometimes you just have to show up, otherwise then you'll be forgotten forever. So I represented KHF together with Dr. Ann Musuva, who is the chair of the PPP committee. And yeah, I think that we were 2 of us, and there were a couple of other invited KHF members as well. We had also have a breakfast meeting with the CEO of NHIF and his team, and we got a lot of insights, and also were able to really candidly share everything. But of course, every coin has 2 sides, so we were able to have a common understanding of the 2 sides. And that actually also informed a lot of the input that we provided in the memorandum for the various rules and guidelines, but we still continue to engage. Then MOH National Stakeholders Consultative Workshop on the National Adolescent and Young People Reproductive Health Policy Development. Again, another last-minute invitation. One day I hope this will cease. But luckily we have a very strong staff team now that is able to handle this technical stuff, So they're able to represent KHF ably in technical meetings. So in this one, we were represented by Nelly, who is also now representing us from the Secretariat at the NHIF meeting in NHIF boardroom happening now. So you see, I think it's a good direction we're taking, because then it doesn't have to be, people are very busy, but if you can build the capacity within the organization, I think that is more permanent. Yeah, and so what we do is that within the committees, the committee leads will represent, but also we have someone from the secretariat to support them. It always helps if this person can comprehend the technical nature of what is discussed there. So this is the direction we're taking. And just to let you know, of course, we are hoping to get a secondment from the United Nations volunteer program. So hopefully before end of June, this will come through. It's been slow, but I was told it's coming. So again, just to really enforce and have a strong secretariat in whichever innovative way we can. When we can't afford it, we ask for support. And I must thank Africa Resource Center. I don't know if they're represented here. Last year, for about 6 months or so, they seconded someone to Kenya Healthcare Federation. And that person was able to run with one of the programs which has just ended, the multi-stakeholder forum. So it's a call out to all of you. If you feel you can second somebody to come and support the secretariat, we really appreciate that. And then USID and Palladium Group International, new partnership initiative. It's called Expand Partner Co-Creation Workshop, again represented by Dr. Sylvia Mwelu. Again, you can only be in so many meetings, so I think the fact that you have technical persons that can represent you when you're called to show up, that's been very valuable. But in the process, you also learn a lot of how things are done, so that in the event that you're running your own program, then you also have teams that can run with it. Then last week on Wednesday, we had our first quarterly ministerial stakeholder forum for the year. This was typically the MSFs are co-chaired by chair of KHF and the CS Health. But you can imagine it's been a busy time with COVID and all, so usually he will delegate. So this one was chaired by Kas Mwangangi. Very good deliberations, very good outcomes, very good discussions therein. Good thing is that it's heavily represented by the board and the committee chairs, and we're able to present the issues. And you'll see what we presented to Kas Mwangangi, but also some of the things that some of the things that will follow through, some of the things that we need to do to be able to achieve, to gain traction, so to speak. At this point, I will ask the committee leads to come and make their presentation. Shucks. So these are your committee leaders. So we have Joki is chairing the Health Financing Committee, Millicent, the Health Regulations, Quality and Standards Committee. Then we have Dr. Anne Musuva is Partnerships, Communication and Resource Mobilization Committee. She is represented today by her deputy, so Mr. John will do the presentation. Then Toroti under ICT and Mobile Health, Dr. Joyce Sitonik, Human Resources for Health, and Vinod Guptan, Supply Chain. So let's see which one goes first. Health financing. Do you have anyone from health financing? I think they are busy on the other side, so I'll just quickly take you through this. So basically, this is what we presented at the MSF. And important for you to participate in as many committees as you can manage. You have a representative in the committees so that we tease out the issues that come out from the committees and take them to the board, who takes them to the Ministerial Stakeholder Forum. And for every committee, there is a board champion. Like this one is Walter, Dr. Walter Obita, who is in that meeting. So very important that you participate in these committees. Appoint as many people as you can. There's no limit.